Put simply, conversion is all about optimizing and increasing the percentage of users that actually download your game after they've discovered it on an app store. There can be many factors that impact conversion, such as your game icon. When a user browses through hundreds of game icons on an app store, how are you going to attract them to click on your game icon? And once they do click on that game icon, what screenshots and what game description are you going to use to convince that user to download and try out your game? To illustrate the importance of conversion in mobile games marketing, let me tell you the story of Rodeo Stampede, a game that we launched in 2016. Rodeo Stampede is an extremely fun game developed by a small but talented team called Featherweight in Australia. We signed the game in January 2016, but we had decided to hold off on launching the game globally, instead spending a few months to do what we call geo-testing, or testing the game and the players' responses to the game in a limited set or number of countries. One key aspect of geo-testing is conversion rate optimization, where we would try lots of different icons, screenshots, and game descriptions, and see what combination of icons, screenshots, and game descriptions would drive the highest percentage of downloads inside of an app store. During the initial phases of the geo-test, our visitor to install conversion rate, or put simply, the percentage of people deciding to download our game on the App Store, was around 18%. During the geo-testing phase, we tried over 30 different game icons and almost a dozen different sets and combinations of game descriptions and screenshots to gauge which ones would work better to attract users to download and play it. By June 2016, we were feeling pretty good about the optimizations that we had done to the game's conversion. We had landed on a set of icons, screenshots, and game description keywords that basically increased our visitor to install conversion rate from 18%, which we started with, all the way up to 37% in June 2016. We were ready for the global launch. By August 2016, less than 2 months after we globally launched Rodeo Stampede on both the Apple and Google Play app stores, it was obvious that the time that we had spent in geotests optimizing for conversion rates had paid back big time. During the month of July 2016, more than 6.75 million people viewed Rodeo Stampede on the Google Play App Store. Out of those 6.75 million people, 37.4% converted and downloaded the game. That's over 2.5 million players just on Google Play alone in the first month of the game's launch. Now compare our conversion rate of 37.4% at launch versus our initial conversion rate of 18% at the start of the geo-test. Because of the optimizations that we had done to conversion, we drove an additional 1.3 million installs into the game just in the first month of the game's launch. Considering that the cost of mobile games marketing has been increasing significantly every year, this 1.3 million additional players that we had gained from optimizing conversion rates just in the first month of the game's launch is potentially worth millions of dollars of marketing. Now that we've covered discovery and conversion, let us now move on to the third and final key thing that matters in mobile games marketing: targeting.